Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the all-new for 2021 Hyundai Elantra. Boy, doesn't it look sharp here compared to the outgoing models. Just much more cohesive design, brings it on up to Hyundai's design language, sort of matching the Palisade, Sonata, the upcoming Tucson. Looking crisp here in this limited trim. I'm going to take a little look around, get on the road, and go for a drive up the beautiful Pacific Coastal Highway. So the Elantra fits right in the compact sedan class. Never really been a big frills car. You can see the subwoofer speaker right there for the 8-speaker Bose sound system, which we have a full review to. Check the link in the description for that. Underneath, compact spare, nice to see. Other than that, really no frills here in the trunk. Go ahead and fold down this rear seat. You can see this down. Not a flat load surface, but does add a little bit of space should you need to slide something larger in there, not want to get your rear seats dirty. Interestingly, the back panel is plastic on the Elantra. It allowed them to make these sharp design cues. You have this new lettering back here, looks good. You don't have the nifty little Hyundai touch button with the trunk like you do in the Sonata. Back seat continues with the no frills design. No power points. Very minimal in terms of storage or anything like that, but as a 5'10" person, I have plenty of knee room. Headroom is close. With my head on, I'm rubbing against the top, but without that, I would be fine. The seats have a nice recline to them. I could be back here for a couple hours before I needed to switch something up. You do at least have a fold-down armrest, some squish there, and some hard cup holders. Coming up into the front, really get to see more of the exciting part of the Elantra. This beautiful new interior. Nice sweeping, driver-centric focused design with power on the gauges. I really like Hyundai's new steering wheel. Gives you points to rest your hands all over the place. Very nice, very easy to drive. Been spending a few hours in the hybrid model actually before this, and then a little bit of time in this one, getting used to it. Big old center touchscreen that's too far away. That's one of my biggest complaints of the car so far, driving the hybrid. All these controls are too far from the driver. You really have to lean forward to use them, especially the touchscreen. I think that was a design mishap from Hyundai's part. But other than that, pretty competent in here. So let's fire it up and get on the road. Got this big old shifter. Surprising that they didn't go with one of the more sleek push-button designs from the Sonata or the Palisade. Driving up the Pacific Coast Highway here. The Elantra is a perfectly fine travel partner. 147 horsepower to the little 2-liter. Just 130-something pound-feet of torque. It's not exactly a rocket ship, but the car is light enough on its feet that it can cruise just fine. And using Hyundai's continuously variable transmission that they call intelligent variable transmission, really just a CVT but with a chain rather than a belt, the revs stay very low and allow us to get great fuel economy. We're getting, when driving it easily, well over 40 miles per gallon. But I was practicing with the simulated shifts a bit here. And this chain, IVT if you will, does allow for a good amount of snappiness. There are 3 drive modes in the Elantra. There's normal, sport, and and smart, which kind of balances between the two depending on your driving characteristics. Be a little bit more normal now, and then as we get into some of the playful roads, we'll try out smart mode a bit. Overall, the Elantra is a perfectly comfortable cabin. I just wish that the touchscreen were closer. Touchscreen as well as the climate controls, just so far away, you find yourself reaching for them. Not very conducive to safe driving. I do like how Hyundai has been putting all of their buttons nice and big and easy to both read and use right down there, and the center volume knob, super nicely designed as well. The auto-dimming gauge cluster is a little aggressive. It's still quite bright outside, but yet it decided to dim itself. Don't particularly know why. Hyundai has a new dynamic voice control system that they're touting here in the Elantra. They've given us some sample phrases for things you can say sort of in a natural tone rather than kind of hitting the exact thing you're supposed to say. So let's give it a few tries here.
Please say a command.
Is it going to rain today?
No, it isn't forecast to rain today in Thousand Oaks. Please say a command.
When do the Detroit Tigers play next?
The schedule is not available.
Interesting way of putting that.
Please say a command.
What was the score of the Michigan Wolverines game last weekend?
The final score was Michigan Wolverines 21, Indiana Hoosiers 38.
That one hurts. That one hurts. Interesting, though. It seems to work pretty well.
Please say a command.
Was the market up today?
Today, the S&P 500 was up 1.17%. The Dow Jones was up 2.9466%, and the Nasdaq Composite was down 1.5254%.
Getting into some fun twisty roads here. We'll get back to that in a minute, though. Woo! Now, the normal Elantra definitely feels a bit lighter on its feet than the hybrid model did. Understandably so. You do get that CVT whine, and then it drops away immediately. I think that's where it's most unrealistic. I mean, I suppose you could put it into manual mode, but then you sort of have to make sure you're in the right setting. So it would just be nice if in S mode, hold revs up a little bit more rather than dropping way down all of a sudden. But hey, I guess if you're going to drive really sporty regularly and you insist upon having an Elantra, you get the N line or the upcoming full-fledged N version.
Please say a command.
What's the best car brand?
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
Bummer.
Please
What do you think about Teslas?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Doesn't look like she actually has much of a personality. It's not like some of those other brands.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Please try your command again after the beep.
Cancel.
No destination has been set. Please use after setting a destination.
So it can do it, but even this car, not the most exciting. It'll be interesting to see if the N line, or more so the N, are any better. So the new Elantra, not exactly anything too standout remarkable. It looks really good, got a lot of good and competent technology and safety features. It's nice to see a lot of standard safety features, the forward collision warning and avoidance, blind spot monitoring standard as well, all coming in around $20,000. There's a lot that the Hyundai Elantra does right. I don't know if the driving dynamics really propel it to top of the class, but if you prioritize maybe a little bit of the looks and the functionality above driving, then I would check this out over a Nissan Sentra, Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla. It's certainly in the top quarter of the class, but with the new Golf around the corner, as well as that new Nissan Sentra and the new Civic as well coming out soon, Elantra's already paired up with some tough competition. One more feature that Hyundai's been touting is the Elantra's digital key. So you could leave the real key for the car at home and drive the car, do everything you need right here with your device. It's kind of something you're seeing on a lot more cars these days, including all those Teslas over there. But it's cool to see it on something so affordable. So you can lock the doors, it happens pretty quickly, can unlock, remote start, all that goodness, even to open the trunk. So let us know what you think about the Elantra. If you want to see more on it, check the links in the description for our hybrid review, as well as the review on the 8-speaker Bose audio system. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.